Hey guys, hope everyone is all well and good. We're going to do a quick breakdown on our next sort of speed run team for Dragon 25. So we've done Fire Knight 25, Spider 25, and now Dragon 25. Our previous video up was running like the Uragrim team comp, which has sort of died out a little bit now. This team comp's a little bit different. We are going to film another video after this about our spider team. So we got a 17 seconds solid sort of like spider team, and then we're going to go into ice golem team as well. So to give you some ideas of basically dungeon 25 builds, we will also log into a couple people's accounts and show you some other options. I don't quite have the time to sort of keep re-gearing champions to show you lots of different builds and run options on my account, but what I try to do on this channel is log into other people's accounts, do a bit of a takeover, and show you how the dungeons can operate with different champs and different gear requirements and stuff like that. But the team we're going to look at today is for Dragon 25. So if we scroll down Dragon 25, the team setup we are running with is this one here. So we're running Bad El lead, Ghostborn, Armiger, Prince Kymar, and Seer. So quite an end game sort of team. We are using an uncommon, which is very interesting, and you'll see why. If I start up the run, you'll notice just how quick this team is. This is when I've left someone unbuilt without realizing. But Seer just deals with the waves, no problem. And then we get down to the boss in 13 seconds. And it's just basically Bad El's poisons, Seer's Karma Burn, Armiger's A2, which is on a 2-turn cooldown. So 434k damage he does, and Seer does another 434k damage. And as you can see, the HP bar is just being depleted. And I think with one more slam from Armiger, there we go. So 49 seconds. On average, we've got best time of 43 seconds with this team. On average is between sort of like 43 to 50 seconds. We've not really had a slower run than that. It's really consistent. The way to speed this up even further is to run like a Dark Hail here. I unfortunately don't have Dark Hail on my account, but Dark Hail just basically puts up more poisons and you can burn through the dragon with poison damage basically. Without going on for too much longer, let's just jump straight into their builds. So we'll go into the champions. Recently used first. So Ghostborn is in immunity and blood shield. Total stats 237 speed, 100% crit rate, 232 crit damage, and 286 accuracy. So we got the Yak on him to try to land his A1 decreased defense along with the accuracy for Fire Knight, so he can land the Evil Eye procs in Fire Knight. Masteries wise, he's got the offense tree and support tree. So straight down into War Master, and support wise, he's got Evil Eye for Fire Knight, not necessarily important for Dragon. Master Hexer and Sniper. Next champ is Bad El Kazar. So Bad El Kazar is built up for Ice Golem predominantly on my account. So you could get away with changing your masteries a little bit, which we'll get into in a minute. But Bad El is 253 speed, 300 resist, and 291 accuracy. This is a Ice Golem build, so we got him quite tanky to solo Ice Golem. Not necessarily to do with Dragon, but you could get away with this speed, a little less HP, a little less defense, and you don't really need for resist if you're purely using them only for Dragon. And masteries wise, we've got him Oppressor. So this is for Ice Golem again, but it's handy in Dragon because basically it increases the turn meter fill rate by 2.5% for each active debuff cast versus champion, stacks up to 10%. So in theory, you're getting a 10% increased turn meter fill or fill rate every time he uses his A2, which when you've got him running 250 speed, he's going to get it out pretty much every turn, every couple of turns. It's really handy. It just speeds him up and allows more poisons to be put out. This is especially important in Ice Golem, because on Ice Golem you don't want to be running War Master. In Dragon, the argument could be made to go like down the offensive tree. Could speed it up a little bit. Other than that, the other masteries that are important on him, Cycle of Magic, so 5% chance of decreasing cooldown of a random skill, so you could get your A2 back quicker. Spirit Haste is for Ice Golem, so in my Ice Golem team, when I come to showcase it, everyone dies apart from Bad El and 2 Kymars, so he gains an extra speed basically for each dead ally, so he gains an extra 16 speed. And then Master Hexer, it's the chance of increasing poison durations, so it's pretty self-explanatory. Other than that, gone down a defensive tree. We've gone for extra resist into blast proof, rejuvenation for more healing, and then straight down resurgent, delay death, and then cycle of revenge. Next champion, Kymar. He's my arena Kymar, so you could use any Kymar really. He's just got to be the fastest champ for this team to work. You could get away with a slow Kymar, but I think it'll actually be a little bit slower. So faster Kymar is better. He's also got a lot of accuracy because he's my arena Kymar, but around about 300 ac would be alright, just for him to stand a chance of landing some poisons. Other than that, all the other stats doesn't really matter. And masteries wise, he's just down into Eagle Eye, Master Hexer, Spirit Haste again for Ice Golem and Arena. And then these are very arena specific masteries here. So Harvest Despair is to get around cleansing accessories. Other than that, it's a pretty self-explanatory sort of build. If this was just for dungeons, then I'll probably take Blast Proof here. But at the moment we've got improved parry because of arena basically. But it's just an arena Kymar. You can use whatever arena Kymar you want. And then Seer wise, we've gone through the Seer build a few times. She's Savage Cruel. Overall stats is 204 speed, 298 crit damage, and 333 ac. She is your nuker. She gets you through the waves. You kind of need her to be pumping out good damage in Savage gear. The Cruel is a nice thing to have. It gives you extra damage, but it's not necessarily needed. As long as you can get 300 crit damage, I'm pretty sure you'll be fine. And then masteries wise, did not mean to click X, but masteries wise, she is Flawless Ek. And then offensive tree to get Whirlwind of Death, and also things like Kill Streak. Other than that, this side, the support side, is mainly for Fire Knight, but having the accuracy here is quite nice because she does have on her A2 a weaken. So Ghostborn puts out defense down, Seer puts out weaken, so you get your defense down, weaken. Lastly, we've got the man, the myth, the legend, Armiger. So the way you got two options to build him up. You could either go full Savage or you could go Reflex. Our Reflex gear absolutely sucks on this account, so we went Savage and it works really well. Stats we've got on him is 3.3k defense, 221 speed, 100% crit rate, 217 crit damage. So with Savage, I think the cap for damage is around about 100%, 180% crit damage. So you could cap this off at about 180% and still do max damage on the actual boss. We kind of just built to get this speed here. It just ended up we had 217% crit damage, which, to be fair, with his A1, it gives him a bit of extra damage here, so it's not the end of the world. But yeah, just to be aware, you don't need this much crit damage for his A2 to do the capped amount. in Savage. It's basically 180% crit damage in Savage or 220% crit damage in Reflex, basically, to do the capped amount. Other than that, he doesn't need accuracy, doesn't need resist, and we got him going pretty fast, the 221 speed. Skills wise, he's fully booked out to get the cooldown, and masteries, he's straight down into War Master and defensive tree. So once again, there's no point going Helm Smasher because your damage is capped. There's no point going Flawless Execution because your damage is capped. Whilst War Master, you get an extra bonus damage from his stat, so it's well worth taking for dungeon runs and dungeon speed runs and that side of things. We went defense tree just for a chance of increasing a turn meter when an ally is attacked with a critical hit, and also retribution, 50% chance to counterattack when his champion loses 25% of their max HP. So just a bit more extra damage. We haven't gone for things like Cycle of Violence because we won't ever do 30% of a target's max HP with his A2 because it's capped. So there's no need to grab this. So I'd much rather go down and grab Wrath of Slain, because there's more of a chance, you know, if an ally dies, you can actually get extra damage on your A1. Other than that, so that's the team really. We'll run it again, get past the offers. It's really consistent and it's a really solid team. You can switch out Armiger for Royal Guard. He works around about 55 seconds a run, but he can weak hit. Armiger is strong affinity, so he won't ever weak hit. It also does mean you can run him 85% crit rate if you need to for your gear, to be able to guarantee you critting. If we have a look at his AI setup, we basically got Bad El prioritizing his A2. Ghostborn, I've turned off his A2 because we don't want this heal reduction debuff out. We'd much rather him A1 or A3. Armiger, prioritize A2. Kymar, we turned off his A2 because it's pointless at the dragon and it's pointless on the waves. We've got him only doing his A1 and A3 when available, basically. His A1's for opener because he is fast, so he needs to go first and then reset on a second wave. And then Seer, we've got Karma Burn, opener and priority. Other than that, we'll do one more run through so you guys can see it in action again. I don't think we got anything good from the last run, but hopefully we get our first quad speed chest. We can always hope, can't we? We can always hope. But as you can see, we deal with the waves with no problem at all. And yeah, for an uncommon to do 434,000 damage with an ability on a 2-turn cooldown is actually insane. So you have it again now, and boom, just takes out a chunk. And then Seer takes out a chunk, he takes out a chunk. Seer takes out a chunk. And then Armiger, when he goes here, boom, dead. 48 seconds. Like I say, it was really dependent. It can be a lot faster. It can be 50 seconds. But it's a really solid team. And it's really quite enjoyable to see an uncommon do work in Dragon 25. Other than that, guys, hopefully you've enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed it, please leave a like down below. There will be, if you go on my channel, we got Fire Knight videos, we got Spider videos. And we will be logging onto other people's accounts to kind of help build up their speedrun teams to showcase some more dungeon speedruns out there. Other than that, I'll catch you in the next video, and peace.